Hey there guys, welcome back to Arsenal Fan TV. This is the review of Arsenal's 1-0 win over Norwich. A rather half-hearted performance, it has to be said. We did get the 3 points, and in the context of things, it is a big win, especially as we head to the Etihad next weekend. But it was such a dull game. It reciprocated everything that happened at the Stadium of Light last weekend. It was very flat. We were playing it around Norwich's 6-yard box for hours on end, and I can't help but feel that we're such a boring team to watch. I mean, we look like a poor outfit. We really do. I mean, this win against a relegation threatened Norwich side, they're going to feel unlucky that they didn't get something out of today's game, because we created so few chances and we didn't really get going until Danny Welbeck came into the Arsenal team. It was really frustrating to see that we just continued to play the kind of boring, predictable football that we've seen from Arsenal in the past couple of weeks, and I couldn't get my head around why Aaron Ramsey and Olivier Giroud started this match. It seems that Wenger was so stubborn in his team lineup today that he just wanted to kind of prove a point by starting his players. I don't know what point he proved, because they didn't offer anything to the game in my opinion, despite Olivier Giroud getting the assist. He was constantly offside throughout the course of this match and was frustrating in front of goal as well. I would have had no doubts whatsoever in starting Danny Welbeck from the first whistle, and as well as that, I felt Jack Wilshere should have started in midfield alongside someone like Francis Coquelin or Mohamed Elneny. Unfortunately, we didn't see any of Jack Wilshere today, which was to the frustration of, I think, every single Arsenal fan. Of course, there was some light shed on the so-called protest that happened today, and if I'm being honest, I was expecting a little bit more from Arsenal fans. I felt that the chants of one Arsene Wenger were ringing around the stadium a little bit louder than those A4 placards that were being held up throughout the course of the game. And I can totally understand why fans want to make their voices heard, but I can't help but feel until the fan base is united in what they actually want for this club, that we're actually not going to see a proper protest until that actually occurs. Because you did get those fans today that held up those A4 placards in the 12th and the 78th minute, and you can totally understand the reason why. As an Arsenal fan, I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people when I say that I want to see change, if not this summer, then next summer. The reality is that Arsene Wenger is going to be with us until May 2017, which I know isn't what a lot of people want to hear, but at that point, that's when I feel that change is going to be really integrated within the club. The one person that I want to see go more than anyone is Stan Kroenke, because I think he's the root cause of all the problems that are going on at the club. I think a lot of people would agree with that. I don't think it's Arsene Wenger's sole fault, but I feel that when he comes out blaming the fans before a game of today's stature, he doesn't really help himself, and it is frustrating when he comes out with these kind of things. Like I said in the preview, he is losing his rag a little bit, and by playing players like Ramsey and Giroud on a consistent basis when we evidently need some kind of a fresh approach, I mean, he doesn't help his cause, and I would hope that he doesn't remain at the club for too long, because if he does stay on beyond summer 2017 and he doesn't deliver a league title to the club, then in my eyes, he's tarnished his reputation at Arsenal. And some fans would certainly say that he has already tarnished his legacy at Arsenal Football Club, which certainly is one that's up to debate, up to opinion. But I want to focus on today's game, the 1-0 win over Norwich. It was a very steady game from the opening whistle from Arsenal. I felt that we dominated possession, but as we always do, we played it around the 18-yard box, played it around the midfield a lot. We weren't penetrative. We didn't have very few chances. In fact, it was a very drab, very dull game, and as I said, was very similar to the performance that we saw at the Stadium of Light. Our brightest spark was definitely Alexis Sanchez. He was the only one trying to get things going for us up top. Alex Iwobi, I felt he struggled at times in this game. He struggled a bit away from home against Sunderland and really did struggle to grow into this game. But it was in the second half when we got things going that little bit more with the introduction of Danny Welbeck. We saw Per Mertesacker go off rather early on in the second half, being replaced by Gabriel, who I thought was magnificent for the 40 or so minutes that he was on the pitch. But I do still want to see us invest in a new centre-half over the summer. For me, Gabriel just simply isn't good enough to be partnering Laurent Koscielny on a long-term basis. Per Mertesacker isn't the player he once was, and we do need someone of an elite calibre to partner Koscielny in our long-term future. But we did get our first goal today through Danny Welbeck. Wonderful nod down from Olivier Giroud, who got the assist despite all the criticism that I've given him so far in this video, planting it onto the foot of Danny Welbeck on the half volley on his left foot. Wonderful finish past Ruddy, made it 1-0, and we could have pushed on for a few more goals. We had one wonderful counter-attack which Giroud ruined by being offside. Apart from that, didn't really have many other chances. It was actually Norwich that ended the game on the stronger foot, John Ruddy coming up for a late free kick, but thankfully nothing came of that. We defended rather resiliently. It's 3 clean sheets on the bounce now, which is a very minor positive. It doesn't really count for much at this stage in the season. Of course, we've got a massive game next weekend against Manchester City, and in terms of where we'll finish this season, it is a rather monumental game, and I would hope that we'd play a lot better than we have done over the past 2 fixtures. Please do get your thoughts on today's result in the comments box below. Let me know your thoughts on the protest as well. Please do drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV, and as always, I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.